Bungalow 13, a true horror story by Joker. Narrated by Echo. They told him no one lasted more than a week, that the place was cursed, that the land had swallowed every family before him. Rajat didn't believe in curses, but some houses don't need ghosts. They remember. It was the price that made Rajat curious. A two-story bungalow in Aarey Colony, right at the edge where Mumbai's broken skyline fades into forest silence. Newly renovated, fully furnished, the kind of place that shouldn't exist in his budget. When he asked the agent why it was so cheap, the man smiled, tight, apologetic. There used to be a temple on that land, built in 1974. Locals called it a bride temple, not for weddings, for sacrifice. They say young women were offered in fire rituals. One girl, just 19, was burned alive. After that, strange things happened. People fell sick. Livestock died. And then, one by one, the villagers vanished. The entire place went silent. They demolished the temple in the 90s. Tried to forget it ever existed. Rajat moved in anyway. He was from Dadar, tired of the noise, the chaos, the endless traffic. All he wanted was peace, silence, a place of his own. The first night passed quietly, except at around 2 a.m., Rajat woke up cold. The fan spun lazily overhead, creaking slightly. In the dark corner near the window, he thought he saw something. A shadow darker than the darkness around it. Just standing there, watching. He blinked, gone. He brushed it off. Just his imagination. New house nerves. The next night it happened again. He had stayed up late watching a movie, eating popcorn. He went to brush before bed. When he looked up, he saw something move behind him in the bathroom mirror. He spun around. Nothing. Silence. He laughed at himself. Stop watching horror films, idiot. But his hands trembled as he dried them. He showered late. The night was colder than usual. Towel slung over his shoulder, he walked past the hallway to his room and froze. There was someone standing at the far end of the hall, back turned, staring out toward the balcony. Burnt skin. Half the face charred like scorched wood. The other half, beautiful, hair falling in singed clumps. A wedding sari, black with soot, still wrapped around her, melted to her skin. He blinked. There was no one. Just a cold, eerie feeling, and the sense that something had been there. The next morning around 11 a.m., the maid arrived. She called out from the hallway, "Sir, did something happen here? There are footprints, black ones." Rajat came over. He didn't answer. He just stared at the prints, small, burnt, like someone had walked through ash. He brushed it off. That night he heard something. It was faint, like someone whispering to themselves. He stepped out of his room. No one. He followed the sound to the staircase. It was coming from below. A voice, a woman, raspy, broken, talking to herself. "They burned me to death, but I told them I'd be back." I told them. He opened the door. Nothing. Just the smell of something burnt and very old. He didn't sleep that night. The next day at work, someone asked if he was all right. "You look exhausted." He smiled. "Yeah, just moved. Can't sleep." He laughed it off, but something was cracking behind his eyes. That night, around 2 a.m., Rajat turned off the TV and went to bed. As he passed the hallway, he saw her, back turned, burnt sari, charred skin, and then she turned. Her face was split down the center, one side bone white and melted, the other still glowing like ember. Her eyes didn't blink. They burned. She smiled. He couldn't move. She looked right at him. Then she vanished. He didn't sleep. He left all the lights on. He started having dreams, flames, screams. Her face. Over and over again. "They burned me. I told them. I'll be back." He woke up gasping. There was ash on his bedsheet. He took the day off, slept on and off. but the dream returned every time. He woke again in the middle of the night. The fan creaked overhead. In the corner, she stood, smiling. He shut his eyes. "She's not real," he whispered. "She's not real." But then, a gust of cold air passed his ear, and a whisper. "I told them." Ha, 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 ha. "I'd be back." He opened his eyes. No one. Just the black footprints by his bed. He didn't go to work. When the maid came that morning, the door was open. She walked in slowly and found Rajat sitting on the floor, shirtless, covered in soot, eyes hollow. He was whispering the same line, over and over. "They burned me. I told them I'd be back." On the walls behind him, black footprints, all leading up from the floor beneath. That night, no one stayed in Bungalow 13. She's still there, waiting. If you're still listening, you've survived another true horror from the dark side of India. If this story haunted you, like the video, subscribe to this channel for more nightmares, and leave a comment below. Would you live in a house built over a forgotten temple? I'm Joker, and I'll see you in the next story.